Hi, this is the first in the series of 7 videos in which I present some poetry that my friend Martin and I wrote, and we each illustrated each other's poems and published them together in a book. So there's about 60 poems in this book, each with its own illustration. But we're not going to share all of them on video. What we've done is selected a few that seem to share a similar theme, and in the book we create a little path you can follow and translated that to video. So each video has a different theme. This one is love, and there are 8 poems. So I hope you enjoy.
A poem about the end of innocence. Agape. A fine time was had by all, such an exhausting day, everyone weary from much that happened, yet still enthusiastic for each other's company. Some wine and food, and along into the night the conversation still flows. No competition, no winners, no losers, no desires. The sweet, intense indulgence of mutual company. They talk of bold futures which merge and resonate as one. Their rich past together which brought them here tonight. The shared experiences burning off like incense floating in the air. The world will never break these bonds. There is no obstacle too high. Resigned at last to sleep, while this perfection still rests with them. When they wake, it is silent Eros that has begun to warp it all.
Jigsaw family, pieced together from spare parts. When things broke, Mom sat down with the screwdriver and the baling wire and figured out how to make them work. Do we need to replace it? No, we can fix it. Dad's gone. What now? I'll find another one for you. There are extra pieces. There are ends that don't fit. There are questions that have not been answered. Step back and view the puzzle from across the room. However imbalanced, however scattered and ugly, it may seem all the parts somehow create a whole. Gold. Your soft pasture, nestled in a hollow, crossed by a pilgrim's path, lies in the shade of a verdant mound. What treasure 'neath it lies! A long barrow dappled by oak and yew reigns on the horizon. Known hoards contained therein, long since dug and archived, yet yours is uncracked. A wise old field of grass, ever virginal, hemmed in and sheltered, rarely frosted, evergreen, white roots reaching deep, locking in the secrets.
This is a poem about when we're number one. First. We're dying to be first, to seek out our great success. Maybe winning the 100 meters in a record-breaking style. Or just be that one in white, walking down an aisle. With friends and family looking on in joy and smiling beams. The day that every girl has planned for in her many dreams. She'd made it to the altar and claimed her happiness. They danced the first, as love floated them round the floor. Held in some sweet embrace, they had found the perfect one. Speeches, toasts and handshakes, the breakfast was all done. She had a diamond sterling man, he had the sweetest rose. This brand new way together brings their old lives to a close. The honeymoon beginning as they swept out of the door.
Fog mirror thought. Fog forest. Wind. I watched my mother wash potatoes in a metal bowl and listened to the clank and scrape as the bowl shifted along the porcelain basin. Mirror, smoke, wood. The kitchen window, splattered with droplets of soap or grease, rattled whenever we passed through the room, and, open, brought in a sweet, cool breeze past the hydrangea outside. Thought, memory, movement. The place my mother grew up now smells like old wood and grease. A shed, sheltered by a mulberry tree, molders in the summer heat. They all knew. Returning to Salvatore's in the back, under the window, seated at our nook by the dartboard, you suggested a break. I had ordered San Pellegrino. Your ale sweated. I drew out another cigarette and wondered, why wait to say this until we'd already ordered? Beth, who never threw darts, whacked another into the board. She knew. That's why she came along. Maybe they expected a scene. I would have to agree, amiably. After all, I'd been expecting it. Weeding. I convinced myself to venture into the side yard, promising to spend only a few minutes pulling out the wildest weeds, just the obtuse ones that ruin the garden's lines. But once again, they come out of the loose soil very easily, white roots clutching cravenly in the air, and the sound of heavy leaves falling in a pile is so intoxicating that moments lengthen, and the work of weeding consumes me. The sensation of dirt beneath the nails is not, after all that unpleasant. Sweat on the neck is cooled by the feathery breeze, and rough ground asserts a welcome chastening to the knees. As a final salutation, the surprisingly spicy scent reaches up and narrates a fascinating story, as if, even in their pulled state, the plants insist on possessing delights to share. Ligeia. On land, in a distant memory, unmoved in the stony outcropping, we travelers heard their song sung as one through the rock. A single elemental tune from the seductive throats of a team of sirens, convened as if a family, and one among them piped in my direction the directions to her bed. A blinding vacuum filled my heart as each note led me across the moor in a breezeless dream. When I next breathed, I discovered my crew dispersed, each to lie on his own stone, and lounging beneath me, the mineral casing of the song that had bewitched me, the anchor to which I am tied, even now.